Okay, so I picked this up on eBay, just another cheap emergency kit. I think it calls it a 25-piece toolkit or something or other. I suspect I'm going to like this one a little better than some of the other survival kits I've had a look at. First off, compass, and I've already tried that out, and it's somewhat functional. So, working compass, big plus. Now, it is wrapped in paracord, which is a very high-strength cordage. I think 500 pounds breaking strain. So, for the thickness of it, it can carry quite a bit of weight. Not quite sure how to, oh there we go, how to actually open it up. So it is wrapped in the paracord, which I guess could be good or bad. And I've actually put this off. I put off opening this for a very long time because I just know I'm never going to get this thing back together. But you know, the whole idea of it is, you know, in an emergency, do I have something with me? There we go, compass is off. You know, do I have something with me that I can use to sustain my life? And that's what this whole thing's about, is having a few little gadgets to protect my life in a wilderness survival situation. Or any situation, actually, not just wilderness survival. I'm mostly just talking wilderness survival because that's what I sort of grew up on. This has taken a while to undo, which is maybe not the best thing, because I have to thread through all this paracord. That's that bit. Oh, crikey, there's more. Alright, alright, that's going to come off easy. Alright, daisy chain on that piece of paracord. Should just pull through at some point. Anyway, I'll deal with that in a minute. I'm trying to actually get this off of the... So, alright, I'll deal with that in a minute, if I have time. These carabiners are handy in that they're quick to attach and disconnect. Don't ever trust your life to them. If I was going to build a kit like this, I would actually have something like this that could actually hold my weight. You know, a solid rock climbing, you know, even if it's just a ultra lightweight rock climbing carabiner. Something that is, you know, quality and can actually hold enough weight. There's another small carabiner right here, and we'll see what we can do with these two later, but I'm not sure of the quality of it, so probably wouldn't trust my life to it. But yeah, when I can work out how to get this all apart, I'll have a look at that. Alright, the rest of the survival kit. Alright, pretty much the usual. Alright, so we've got some form of credit card multi-tool. Looks like it's got a can opener there, a saw, feels like a blade. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what that is? That's a wrench. Okay, do that. So you can fit that in, and you can actually turn it around, and it'll hold the nut while you're working with something else. So, all right, it's got some weight to it. It's not aluminium. There's stainless steel there. Fairly good quality, I would say. So that has some value. Bandage. Alright, you got a band-aid. That's the instruction sheet for the, making sure you can see all this. Instruction sheet for this. Put that over there. Sheet of aluminium foil. Underrated, very handy. Alright, that's there. What else we got? Ooh, good old wire saw. This looks pretty decent. So there was quite a few wire saws that were running around from Harbor Freight that were basically just a piece of wire, and you could actually cut through stuff with them, but this has actually got, you can feel it's very rough. This is more of a saw. This is more of what we used to see as a wire saw in the 80s. So yeah, better quality. I'll have to try that out tomorrow. Compare it to the Harbor Freight stuff I got. So we got a saw, we got a multi-tool, we got a compass. What is that? That's a sewing kit. I'm not going to pull it out. It's got a couple of paper clips. I think they're paper clips. A safety pin. There's a couple of needles right there on the edge. So yeah, that's just a general sewing kit, emergency kit. Yeah, most emergency kits have something like this in there, but that looks more usable than most. I like this. So put that over there, and then we come down to the fishing kit. Fishing kit. I'll pull it out. If I can pull it out. Thing about these kits, once you pull them apart, you never get them go back together the way they were before. Alright, so I've got a length of fishing line. Alright, I have got a couple of lures, so the light, the bright yellow floats, a couple of hooks, a little bit of whatever that is. Anyway, that's all lures and the ability to catch fish. Fairly important. If you live in the high desert of Nevada, maybe not so, but when I was living in Australia, in the coastal regions, the ability to catch fish was very important as far as the survival skill was concerned. A couple of sinkers, lead weights. Alright, you can use whatever you need to do there to catch fish. This looks like tinder. Yep, very small amount. So you ever need to start a fire, that's the first thing. It's not very much of it, and honestly, basically you see that? It's basically cotton wool buds. So cotton wool bud, there's your fire starting tinder. What is this? Alright, still don't know what this is. I'm guessing it's a container of some sort. I think it's a flashlight. flashlight without batteries. Yeehaw. Okay, it had the batteries, but there was a little blanking plate in there, that little piece right there, so it couldn't actually connect. So let's see if I can get these back in there. Let's see if this little flashlight works. Alright, so I've got the little batteries back in there. Oh yeah, and it works. Alright, so you've got a flashlight, very important. In Australia we call this a torch. Yep, light on, yep, so the switch is working. That's pretty decent. You know, I'm going to go, it's been maybe 6 months since I ordered this. This is way before the COVID thing started. It took ages to get here, but this is a pretty decent, inexpensive survival kit. Working flashlight, working compass, functional wire saw. These are still available. I'm going to get a couple more of these. Alright, and last but not least, I'm thinking, oh, this is a whistle. Alright, signaling, very important. The ability to you know, relay your location by sound. Sound travels a long distance. I thought this thing had some form of fire starter. Why do I not see a fire starter? Maybe I need more directions. And the last thing I've got is this alcohol pad. So a disinfecting wipe. And I tell you what, just recently I had an accident with a chainsaw, and I use quite a lot of these to clean up the wound. So very handy. I swear there was some form of fire starter here. Why don't I have a fire starter? Maybe I do. Maybe that's... Aha! Alright. So in this sewing kit, which I kind of half-assed ignored, there's this little grey rod. Yeah, there's my flint. Alright, so there's that. There's my tinder. I'm not sure how they intend you to... Nope, that didn't work. That didn't work. I need directions. So somehow, some way, I'm meant to use this little fire starter to ignite the tinder. So the stainless steel multi-tool is not even making a spark. Oh, barely a spark. Alright, what else have I got here? Yeah, that's really about it. So, stainless steel is not the best fire lighter there is. So if I didn't have, well, that is actually probably stainless steel, but you just saw that ignite. I was having a lot of trouble getting this fire starter to spark with the multi-tool that was in the pack. And that's the only piece of steel I actually have in the pack that would be usable for this. So the fire lighting is probably not the best, but everything else in the kit I really liked. So all in all, a really good kit. I'm going to see if there's any more available and buy a couple more, and just make sure I carry some matches. Okay, so I'm going to go out. This is one of those Harbor Freight wire saws. This is the one out of the kit I just showed you. So I'm going to go out and just try them and give them a comparison. Okay, apologise in advance for the wind. Hopefully it won't ruin the video too much in here in the trees. So I'm going to demonstrate these two different wire saws. One came with the kit, and the other is one of those Harbor Freight ones. And I suspect the one that came with the kit is, you know, you can feel the serrations, the roughness to it. The wire saw that you get from Harbor Freight, it's just a piece of wire, and I think it cuts by burning through rather than anything else. So anyway, without any further ado, to demonstrate. Alright, so I'm going to go right here with the, let me see that that's on the video. Alright. And it's just a backwards, forward and back, forward and back. It's cutting in. You can actually see the smoke coming off it. So this is kind of burning its way through, which is working, but I suspect the other saw I'm going to try out will work a lot better. Hopefully it doesn't hit the head when it breaks. Alright, nearly through. I'm just going to break it, so it's going to fall on me. So that's the Harbor Freight. You can see that it pretty much burned, you know, a friction cut. It's quite a nice cut actually, but it's friction, it's heat burning through it. It always seems like you use these things once, and then they're all this twisted, and anyway, so there's the Harbor Freight one. On the ground for now. Here's the one that came in the kit. So I'm actually going to try cutting a thicker piece with this right on the knot, and I suspect it's going to work better than the Harbor Freight one. Yeah. Straight away, and straight away you can feel it actually cutting and bits of sawdust coming out. It's actually sawing, although it does jam up a bit, but I am cutting at a thicker piece and on a knot as well. Nearly through. No smoke, all the dust, all that was just sawdust. Nice clean cut, no burning, and so yeah, much better saw. much better saw came with that kit than those Harbor Freight ones, in my opinion. Okay, just finishing off my video from yesterday. I just showed you, compared this wire saw with the Harbor Freight one. I thought this worked a lot better. I missed a couple things last night. Well, I found the instructions, which aren't the greatest. Once again, all it does is sort of tell you how to start a fire, and those instructions on starting a fire just don't seem to work. Is also in the kit, wrapped up in the Band-Aid package, was a razor blade. So you've got a sharp blade there if you need it. Scalpel blade, what are they called? And I think this is a really good kit. I actually ordered another one because I did think it's a good kit, and I'm not going to put this one back together. My biggest argument with this kit, or complaint about it, is just this tiny little ferro rod, or whatever they're called, ferro rod. I've got fairly strong fingers, and even I could barely hold on to that enough to scrape some sparks off it. So although it's usable, you could, I demonstrated it last night, managed to spark it and get the tinder to flare up. But I think they need to put a larger ferro rod in there. Like the ferro rod on these magnesium fire starters. So let me see, just out of curiosity, how this works as a sparker. Yeah. Yep, much better. So if they had a better ferro rod in there, you'd be able to better use this thing to actually make a spark. And oh yeah, I forgot the bottle opener, but that was pretty obvious. Oh, sorry, the bottle top opener. So, and yep, and that's it. And I like that. I'm going to keep that somewhere. All right, so that's it, and it's called the 29-in-1 Emergency Rescue Kit Multifunction, and it cost me about $25. I think this one actually cost me a lot less than that. I think it cost me like 10 or 15, but this was when the COVID was just getting going in China, and the Chinese company that shipped it out, and they are no longer in business. So that happened with a lot of them. Anyway, so that's what it is. Do a search on eBay, and you should be able to, have that come up in your search results. So, all right.